Hello and welcome to the first video in the series where we'll be starting a new Journeyman career mode. We will be starting in Eastern Europe and trying to work our way out through the continent to in the end win the Champions League, wherever that might end up being. Now, I've already gone through about a season and a half in the file, so I'm just going to quickly walk you through on how I've set everything up. Starting with the database here, we're starting with second yellow card's optimal setup file, which basically loads in the players from top division clubs, current international players, players from top clubs, players with continental reputation, and players from clubs in continental competitions across Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, Oceania, and South America. With the leagues that I have loaded, which are in this setup file right here, that gives us about 123,000 players to work with. Now, let me open up the file here. So the first one we're looking at here will be end of season 1. Which saw us end the competition safe from relegation thanks to our head-to-head results against Spartak Myava. As you can see, the season did not go well. I mean, I already mentioned we were one spot away from relegation there. That on its own describes the entire journey throughout season 1 here. So we're looking at a whole bunch of losses, only maybe about a handful of wins. 7, I'm counting 7 wins in total. We're taking a look at the league table. Yeah, 8 wins, 4 draws, 18 losses, 32 goals scored and 57 conceded, minus 25 goal difference. And like I said earlier, thanks to our head-to-head wins against Spartak, we managed to survive. Now, it wasn't a great outing for year 1, but one thing I did manage to get out of it was a couple of coaching qualifications that the board have so graciously approved for us when we requested it. Of course, I had to fight for 1 or 2 of them, but in the end they were very accommodating, and we are very thankful for that. In terms of transfers for our first season, mostly loans and free transfers. 2 free transfers and everybody else came in on loan. Now, in the large winter break that happens in Slovakia from mid-November until basically the end of February, we've offloaded 3 players, mainly to try and clear up some money so we could bring in reinforcements for the next season. And we managed to accomplish that with one good sale, and there being Elmir Lekaj, who left us for Flamurtari in Albania. And he was our fastest player at that time. I mean, not a bad player overall. And he did perform all right for the only Cuban. Not as well as I would have liked him to, though. But he was the best wingback that we had at the club. Now, if we look at Season 2 results, it started off bad. It started off very bad. So as you can see here, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses in a row. Then finally a win against Racha here. Another 2 losses, a win. Then I had to schedule a friendly to try to lift the spirits up a little bit. And to retrain a couple of positions, or to start their retraining process. Because formation we're using, this team doesn't really have the personnel to actually utilize that tactic properly. Now largely these 3 were not familiar with attacking midfield position when I first took over. I had to retrain them, and that took quite a while. Also, we managed to sell Shevchuk, whom the fans really did not like him, because whenever he started we lost by at least a goal or 2 or 3. And on the other hand, Stevanovic did better, but in the few matches that I watched, he's had some blunders himself. All in all, things could have gone better, and of course our last 3 matches in charge here, we picked up 1 win and drew twice, and that leaves us off with where we currently are. And that is Podbrezova, whom were recently relegated to the 2nd division. Came in right at the end of the winter break there and offered us a contract. At that point in time they were sitting in 2nd place in the table. And to go from 2nd to the bottom, 2nd in the bottom to 2nd overall was a massive jump and something I could not say no to. And of course, with the rules of the Journeyman Challenge, the manager is not supposed to stay at the club for longer than 2 seasons, maximum. So, with that in mind, I packed up my bags and took the Podbrezova job, where we employed the exact same tactic to a much better result, because this club actually does have the personnel to suit it. We did sign a few players. These transfers at the top were done before I arrived. So, and everything from the 19th of February onwards is my handiwork here. So when I first took over at the club, I noticed that one of my scouts had a bunch of scouting reports from Inter Milan. I couldn't quite figure out why, right? So I took a look at something I should have looked at immediately when I took over. And of course, lo and behold, Futbolowy Klub Żelazny Podbrezova have an affiliation with Inter Milan. And this is hugely beneficial for us First of all, they're a foreign affiliate, and for as long as they don't cancel the link or we don't cancel the link, we can benefit from it. We get to bring in players for free on loan, and I couldn't ask for much more because we all know Inter are a top club in Europe, and to have them as an affiliate is it's beyond amazing, let me tell you that. So our first order of business was to bring in a striker that could help us ensure promotion. And at the point in time when I took over, we were in second place, and Slovan Bratislava B, who cannot get promoted, were in first. So we had the automatic promotion spot right off the bat. Certainly a good situation to come into there. And in order to take advantage, like I said, I wanted to make sure we can bring in all the help we might require. Of course, Inter was accommodating with this, and they allowed us to bring in Enoch Owusu in on loan. And this kid's a beast. 9 goals in 10 appearances for the club. Absolutely amazing. Of course, he's worth a lot more than what we can afford, and he wouldn't be interested in joining our club anyway. The rest of the loan signings, pretty much all of them came from Inter. So we had Tommaso Gerzio here, a nice little defender, whom we deployed as a ball-playing defender, and he helped solidify our back line there, and as you can see, he was improving all the way up until the end of the season. Jacopo Martini, whom we played as a roaming playmaker. Again, another very good player, and just really good signings overall, especially considering that we didn't really have much of a chance without them. And of course, right there was Stefano Di Pentima, another defender from Inter Milan, and he was instrumental as well. All of them were absolutely amazing. Now, is there any chance we could bring him in? I highly doubt that. There is. Oh, wow. That is something I will definitely look into. 6.88 rating, not great, but not bad either. He's above that 6.5 threshold. Other than those, we had a couple of free signings, 5 to be precise actually, so few. Dixon Job, who was a free agent, we offered him a trial. I liked what I saw in his attributes, so we decided to bring him in as well. And he had previously played for Young Africans in Tanzania, or Tanzania. And he did very well for us too. Horak came in as a cover type of player to fill in on the right wing back position, left wing back, pardon me, because we were not only thin there, but the only two players we had who could actually play high up as a left wing back were injured. Marian Tandara, another right wing back, whom we are retraining as a left wing back so he can cover both flanks. Again, another backup type of player. And in the end, Jeremy Joey is actually a regen from this year's youth intake. Which actually turned out to be alright for us. I mean, we've signed absolutely everybody there. But the highlight is actually this kid right here, Herman Helgi Barkarsson. And I haven't applied the new gen faces yet. That will be done before I put up the next video. But yeah, that was our recap for the first 2 seasons in Slovakia. Of course, before I end here, I should mention that I managed to bag a couple more coaching badges, and we're now a Continental C licensed coach, currently studying for the B license, which will take some time, so we've definitely improved a lot over the last 2 years. Still have to work on getting that goal difference down, but that'll come in time. And if we take a look right here, it basically summarizes the career based on everything that I've mentioned up until this point. So Dolny Kuban for a season and a half, and then Podbrezova. So looking at this here, we could probably even look for another job at another club, but I think we're gonna stay in Slovakia for at least the next little while and see how well we can do here. And then after that, come whatever may, we'll see how this career ends up unfolding. But for right now, that will be everything in terms of the recap here. So thank you all for tuning in, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.